Bosses, the backbone of the gaming experience. Terraria's got a lot of them, and today's video we're going to be ranking them all on a tier list from S tier all the way down to F tier. Let's run this. Alright, what's up, dudes? This is going to be a bit of a different video than normal. This is totally unscripted, just me yapping away at some bosses for half an hour. A couple things before we get started. I'm going to be ranking these guys on a couple different factors. The first is how easy it is to summon them, how good the fight is, the design, drops, all that type of shit. And sex appeal, fuck it, why not? Another thing, I did a short ranking these guys a while back, and I'm being completely honest, I got no fucking idea what I put in any of them, so this list is probably going to be completely different. And lastly, again, this is just my opinion. If for whatever reason you think I'm wrong or you get mad, I think you need to touch grass, bros. It's Terraria, deal with it. But before we begin, I really quickly want to mention the tiers we're going to be using today. At the tippity top, we got the sex tier. Now, this is for the bosses that feel just as good as sex does. Not that I would know, I'm going to die alone. Then, just below that, we have the Amanda Bynes circa 2006 tier. This is for the bosses that come close to replicating the seminal performance that Amanda Bynes had in the 2006 hit film, She's the Man. Then below that, we got the bitchin' tier, pretty self-explanatory there. Then below that, we have the solid tier, that's spelled for C, just because I felt like it. Then, just below that, we have the dick tier. Now, this is for the bosses that are dick. And then the last and least tier, the fuck tier. This is for the bosses that you just say fuck towards. So with all that being said, I think we should get started into our first boss, the legend himself, the King Slime. So, King Slime, pretty interesting. He's pretty shit. Nah, when you actually stop and think about the King Slime, he's a shit fight. Like, all he does, right, is he jumps and he bounces. Now, if you're sitting there wondering, hey Tom, that sounds like the same thing, it's because it is the same thing, I lied. But you kind of want that in the first boss, you know? You kind of want the first one you fight to be sort of a simple, easy thing to do, especially for newcomers. I think if you're new to Terraria, having a boss like King Slime kind of like introduce you to some of the mechanics is pretty good. The one thing I will say though, this is something that I've always thought for like the longest time. I think him and the Eye should swap spawn methods. So you know how the Eye would just like turn up out of nowhere out of random night? I think the King Slime should do that instead of him, because if you look at how you summon the two, the Sussy Eye is way easier to craft than the Slime Crown, because for new players, right, just in players in general actually, making a Slime Crown, getting rubies and gold especially, that's tough. That's really tough, especially early on. Which is even worse when you consider the fact that King Slime is so much easier than the Eye, but for most people, you find the Eye before the Slime, which to me is kind of weird. Because especially with things like the Slime Mount, right? The Slime Mount. That is perfect for the Eye. Like, you can fuck him up so good using that thing, but most people are going to probably do it after you fight him. So I think that if you were to have the Slime just be able to spawn naturally, like you just hear this prompt, oh, you hear massive cheeks jiggling above, and oh shit, King Slime's here. That'd be so much better for progression than having the Eye do it. Because when you think about it, if you're in the caves, right, you get hit with so many sussy eyes, you don't even want them half the time. You just, oh, here's a chest, oh, look at that, it's a sussy eye. Oh, look, it's another sussy eye, I just got the last time, but it's great, keep doing it. And he rinse and repeat for like the next half hour. So I just don't think he needs to be able to spawn at night the same way that I think King Slime needs to be. So that's just my kind of like little game theory that I've had going on for a while. But other than that, like, King Slime, he's shit, but you kind of want that in an early boss. He's got a little charm to him, you know. Drops, I mean, they're okay. Like, the Slime Man is obviously the best one, bar none. Everything else is just kind of eh. But you know what? I'm feeling, with all that being said, I'm feeling a B tier. We'll give him a B tier. I think that's where my boy King Slime belongs. Alright, next up, we got the GOAT himself, the Eye of Cthulhu. Now, I don't want to be too hasty here, people, but are we looking at our first S tier? I think so. I think so. I mean, just going down the list, fight-wise, I think it's a pretty okay fight. Well, it depends, because like in classic mode, it's okay. It's an okay fight. But expert and above, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Especially when he starts dashing, when he starts hitting the fentanyl and starts fucking crashing at you. Oh my god, dodging that shit. Pure dopamine. Pure adrenaline. I love that shit. Even beyond that, like drop-wise, he got some good drops. Like, I think the obvious one is Shield of Cthulhu. Like, that thing will really, really affect how you play the game. Just that ability to dash and dodge and like slam into people. So good, so good. And then you got the Crimtane stuff, which like I think it is very important to progression, but I'd argue that like when it comes to that, the evil bosses are the ones you go to for Crimtane. It's nice that you get it from him, but I think it's not as crazy as it dropping from the bosses, because you can't make shit basically the stuff he gets you. Design wise, I mean, he's just an eye, but like he a pretty cool eye. I mean, look at him go. He's got tentacles and shit. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, I think with the Cthulhu, I think the sheer iconicness of him, if that's a word, I don't care, I'm making it up. I think that's where you really like get his appeal from, like, because when you think of Terraria, you think of my boy, like you think of the eye, and because of that little X factor he's got, and I think sex appeal, like I'd fuck that eye. I reckon I'm saying an S tier. I think I'm comfortable giving him S tier. Again, it could change, but as of now, I'm feeling an S tier. Alright, moving on, we got the Brain of Cthulhu. Now, Brain of Cthulhu is interesting. I'm going to come out and say it off the rip, better than the Eater of Worlds. He just is. And that's not even me saying that I really like this fight. I don't. But when you compare the two, it ain't even close. Like, I'll get to talking about why the Eater of Worlds is shit later. But for now, like, the brain is good because you actually have, like, stages to the fight. And shit, like, changes and you have to adapt to, like, certain circumstances. That's something that Eater of Worlds doesn't know how to fucking do. But we'll get to that later. Right now, Brain. So, the fight, as I said before, I like the different phases. I like how first, you know, he chucks his eyes at you, a bit sus, but you know it is what it is. And then, once you get them all, you switch and he starts charging you and he does the fucking mindfuck shit. Like, I like that. Not like love. I don't love it. Let's get that straight. But I like it. I appreciate the variety, you know. I appreciate the variety because they do be saying it is spice of life. I do hear that. But yeah, that's great. Design-wise, he is just a brain. That's it. Like, I like brains. They're pretty dope. So I'm not really giving him too many points on that. Sex appeal-wise, I mean, I have seen sexier brains. I'm gonna be honest. I'd give him like a 5. I still would probably. But the real thing that shines with any of the evil bosses is the drops, right? Crimtane, like the evil ores, they're great. Like, just for progression at all, like the Death Bringer pickaxe, that's kind of like the main thing you want to get from them, which really just basically that's the only pickaxe you need for the rest of pre-hard mode essentially, which is good. And the ore set, I mean the actual sets as well. Like, they're good for whatever class you need. Like, they'll get you pretty far into pre-hard mode, which is good. Now, when it comes to the expert mode items, this might be controversial. I think the Brain of Confusion... Oh, is it though? Oh, fuck, I'm having a goddamn episode here. Is it better? Is the Brain of Confusion better? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I don't think it's better. I was gonna say it was better. It's not better. I think Worm's Top, just from a sheer like numbers angle, 17% reduced damage across the board. That's good. That's really good. Especially that can be used even into even hard mode essentially if you want to. With the brain, like the Brain Confusion, it's okay. I think it's a little bit gimmicky. That's all I'm gonna say. I think it's a little bit gimmicky, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, with all that being said, where do I chuck this motherfucker? I'm going to say... I'll go B tier. I think B tier feels... B for brain. Beautiful. Works like a charm. Alright, moving on. We got the Eater of Worlds. Now, I alluded to it before with talking about the brain, but the Eater of Worlds, it's just shit. Like, it is just not a good fight. It's not fun. I hate it. I want it gone out of my life. Send him to the ranch. I don't care. Design-wise, it's just a fucking worm. It's just a fucking worm. Like, nothing interesting. Just a fucking weird-looking worm with eyes all over him. It's a whole mess. Fight, again, it's shit. All he does is just slither around and charge at you. That's it. Like, and then, he killed one, he split into two. Haha, so funny. Now I got 12 worms on my dick. It's just not fun. It's just not, I am not having fun. In this clip that you're watching right now, I am not having fun. This is not fun for me. I'm having a fucking aneurysm doing it. It's so bad. And it gets even worse in, like, expert mode, because now he just starts burping at you. Like, what are we doing? Why did we decide that was how we make the big boss harder? Have him just shoot shit at you. It's not fun. It's just bullshit. I don't like it. Get it out of here. The one thing I will say, though, again, with the brain, is the drops. Like the Shadow Scales and the Demon Knight. It is good. I think the set bonus... is it worse, though? Is it worse than regen? I think... you know what? They're both the same. I'm talking about my ass. They're both, I think, the same. Movement speed and regen, they're both good. It really just depends on what your preference is. I'm not going to sit here and say that one is better than the other. I see arguments for both. One redeeming factor, though, I will say, the Worm Scarf. I think I've decided on it. Worm Scarf, I think, is better. I think it's got more utility. I think the Brain Confusion, it's more like a novelty to me. It's more like a novelty. With the Worm Scarf, there's a lot more you can do with it. Like that flat 17% damage reduction. Ooh! That can take you places. That can take you places. Doesn't redeem the boss being shit, but it's somewhere. So with all that being said, where are we going to chuck this guy? I'm not going to chuck him F. I think F is too harsh, because again, Worm Scarf. We can't put him F with Worm Scarf. I'll say D. I'll say D for Eater of the Worlds. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I'm feeling a D. Next up, we are Skeletron. Now, Skeletron, I think, is one of these guys who's in the same kind of like boat as the Eye, where you have that kind of X factor where he's just really fucking iconic. And I think that jacks up his numbers a little bit. But when it comes to the actual fight, right? I like how you summon him. I think having him tied to a structure, I think it's a nice change of pace. And especially, like, you'll count, like, progression-wise, you'll encounter the dungeon early on and like, oh shit, what's this weird sex thing going on? And then old man will be like, yo, you can't chat to me yet, gotta wait till night. And then you come back and then you summon him and then you get shit fucked. And then you're like, oh, okay, I'll wait. This is someone I can do later. I like that. But when it comes to the fight, it's kind of boring. I'm gonna be honest. Especially in Classic Mode. In Classic Mode, I think it's the worst. Just because there's really nothing you can do. All he does is fly around and flail his arms. And that's just it. Like, that's just not a fun fight. I'm sorry. Like, and after you kill both of them, he just charges at you. It's not even that hard. He just has health. That's all he has. I will say, next mode gets a lot better. I think him shooting those Arcan Skulls makes it a lot more challenging. Just because that, like, the way he arcs them is so fucking strange, bro. You have to, like, it is a whole thing. It's weird, but I like it, you know. And then drops-wise, I'm in 2 months about it. Because on his own, his drops are kind of shit. The Bone Glove, I don't need to talk about the Bone Glove. Book of Skulls is okay. And then he gives a hook. Like, who gives a fuck about a hook, man? You can have so many of them, it doesn't matter. But I will say, I think it doesn't matter as much for Skeletron as it would with some of the other bosses. I'll get to some of the other bosses who don't drop shit later on. But with Skeletron, the drop is basically the dungeon. Like, everything you could want from Skeletron, you get from the dungeon anyway. So it doesn't matter as much that he doesn't drop shit. So I'm going to give him a pass this one time. He gets the green card. If I see him again, though, some problems. Design-wise, he is just a skeleton. But I think I kind of like the simplicity, you know. Just having a skull and 2 arms, I think it is... I like it. I do like it. It's like a soft like, but it's a like. We'll still take it. Overall, what do I give this guy? You know what? Again, with like the iconics of him, like he is one of the most like infamous Terraria bosses. I think because, you know, he used to be the final boss back in like the fucking Stone Age when this game was first made. And since then, he's still kind of like remained one of like the most like recognizable bosses, I'd say. I think most people know who Skeletron is outside of like the Terraria community. And I can't ignore that, you know. I'm a good man. I'll give him his flowers when it's due. I'm going to say A tier. I feel A tier is where my boy Skeletron belongs. Alright, now we got the Deerclops. Now, this might be, I wouldn't say it's my hottest take. I'd say it's my most head-ass take. But I really love the Deerclops. I don't even know why. I used to be a real fucking like Deerclops hater. I didn't understand this dude. I didn't know why he was here. He freaked me out. I wasn't happy with it. But ever since like finding him a bunch, I've seen the vision. I've seen the light. I've learned from the error of my ways. I am now a Deerclops truther. Because I think the main thing for me is the fight. I really appreciate, especially in pretty hard mode, having a boss that just does a lot of shit, but it doesn't make you feel overwhelming. Because he's got what? He's all his different ice attacks, his shadow thing, his invulnerability. I like a boss that does a lot of different shit. The one thing I will say though, is his drops are ass. For where you're supposed to fight him, because what, you can fight him basically straight after fucking what? Eye, right? You can fight him right up the eye. His drops have no excuse being that shit, right? Lucy the axe, it's a fucking axe. Like, it doesn't matter how good of a thing it is. It's an axe. It cuts trees. I don't really care about that. The Houndy Shootiest, I swear to God, right? This is my head-ass little, like, conspiracy theory. I think the only reason they introduced that shit was to piss off Terraria YouTubers like myself who want to do turret-only playthroughs. They were like, oh shit, we don't have a turret for early pre-hard mode. Oh, let's give them this really shit one and make them suffer. That will teach them for being assholes. That's what I think RELOGIC was thinking when they made the Houndy Shooters. Because there is no reason for that thing to be that shit. It doesn't make sense. It does not compute. Why is it that bad? And then you have, oh, what's the other thing called? The fucking Magic Tornado thing. I have learnt now that it's a support weapon. I have learnt now you're not supposed to use it as the only thing you fucking attack with. It still doesn't change the fact that it's not good. Does it help? Sure. Could it be better? Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you have the other shit like the weather thing. That's just cosmetic. I don't really care about that. Design wise, I do like him. He's just a little guy, man. Just a little Cyclops, man. I appreciate it. He's got his own little unique vibe. I respect that, you know. I think above all, I just appreciate him being unique. I appreciate him just being this like weird, unknown little dude that just chills in the tundra, bro. I respect that. I'm not going to give him a high score. I think that would be insane, even for me as a Deerclops laser. I think, do I go B? Do I go for B? You know what? Oh, fuck it. We're sending him in B. I don't care anymore. Now, next up, we got Queen Bee. Now, with Queen Bee, the thing I like the most about her, aside from the drops, is how you spawn her. I think the way you find Queen Bee is really cool. Just from like a progression standpoint, because like you'll get to the jungle, you start exploring, and you'll find a hive, you'll break it like, accidentally, you'll find Queen Bee, you'll get killed by it, and then like, okay, there's some shit down here that I need to like get better for. I really like that because it gives you like a really organic way to track your progress and like give you goals. I really like that. Fight wise, it's okay. Like it's definitely not the most insane fight, but I think there's just enough variety there to make it interesting. It's like, especially like in things like expert mode, having your like ramp up speed towards the end, I think really keeps you on your toes, keeps you engaged, keeps it fresh, keeps it fun, which I really like. Design wise, it is a B. I will say though, sex appeal wise, it's a pretty sexy B. I will say, like all those holes down there, you see like 16 holes, I'm seeing 16 opportunities. That's what I'm saying. But I think where the Queen Bee really fucking shines is the drops. Homegirl has something for fucking everybody. It doesn't matter what class you're rocking with, Queen Bee's got you covered. Mage, B gun. Simple as that, B gun. What am I saying? Melee, Beekeeper sword. Love to see it. Ranger, you got the fucking bee's knees. Summoner, you got the armor set. Like, I don't think there is a boss that covers as much shit that the Queen Bee does. And then on top of that, you got shit like the mount and the bee nades. Like, she drops so much good shit for no reason. Like, she's an optional boss, but she has gotten so much, like, good shit that it's basically essential to fight her. Like, I can't see a playthrough where I would skip the Queen Bee unless I'm, like, playing through it with no arms in a well. Like, she is damn near essential for, like, being able to beat Wall easy. And I really fuck with that. That's, I think, where the Queen Bee gets most of her appeal from. It's just those insane drops. So with that being... is that A-worthy, though? Is that A-worthy? I think it is. I think it is. I'm okay with that. I think we're going to give her A. Let's go, A. Last but not least for pre-hard mode, it's the Wall of Flesh. Now, I got a couple fucking issues with this dude. I got a couple problems. The first is that I think summoning him is really hard for no reason. Because I think if you're a new player to this game, right, and you don't look at wikis, it's going to be really hard to figure out how you summon this dude. Because most people, when they're first playing this game, the only way you're going to summon this dude is by accident. You're going to be in hell for whatever reason. You're going to be like, maybe mining some hellstone, and then you might accidentally kill a voodoo demon. Maybe not even realize that it's different because that sprite is fucking barely distinguishable. Let's be honest. You can barely tell them apart if you're not knowing what you're looking for. You'll kill one, not even know you've done something weird, and then suddenly this dude will just appear. So you'll have no idea, if you're not paying attention, what you just did, and you'll be left fucking spending the next 5 hours trying to figure out what you did. And I always have this pet peeve with games that can't be solved, or at least really hard to solve, without guides. I think a game should be able to be completed wholly without the use of, like, external fucking wikis. That's just me. Another thing, I've never liked his design. I think he's just kind of lazy. Like, it's just the eye with herpes. It's just the eye with herpes in a wall. Like, I think you can do something really cool with the idea of, like, a wall of evil meat. That sounds really cool, but I just think the design is lazy. But with that being said, I do like the fight. I appreciate how different it feels. Like, having a massive ass thing, like, run at you from one side of the world to another, I think is really cool. Especially for what type of progression point it really, like, where he's at the game. You really feel like, shit, oh shit, something's different. We're fighting the big boys now. Which I like. I appreciate the, like, how, like, I think it is challenging. I appreciate the challenging of it because you are taking a big step in progression. I like how that, like, symbolizes that with how difficult this fight is. Drops as well, like, he has some really fucking good drops. He has to, like, as the entrance boss to pre-hard mode, you kind of, like, hard mode actually, fuck, what am I saying? You want him to have good drops. Sex appeal wise, like, I'm having a really, like, deep conscious, like, crisis right now. Would I fuck this thing? No, I wouldn't. I have standards. My standards too high. Maybe, I wouldn't. Sorry, it's like a 3. I'm sorry, Wall of Flesh. He's not my type. You get the swipe right. But where do I chuck this dude? That's a great question. Do I go B? I feel like I'm spamming B a lot. But, like, because most of the bosses are good. Fuck. He's not an A. He's not an A. Is he, though? Oh, shit. Oh, who's an A right now? The only boss in A is, like, Skeletron. Is he on the level of Skeletron? Oh. You know what? Fuck him. We'll chuck him an A. Now, moving on to hard mode, we got the Queen Slime. Now, Queen Slime is interesting to me because she's what do I think about her? This is tough. I'm trying to, like, form an opinion as I, like, sit here. Like, what do I think about the Queen Slime? I think she's really fucking hard for no reason. Like, I'm all for a bit of bullet hell, and you'll see what I think about bullet hell bosses later. But I feel like with her, it ain't even bullet hell. It's just random bullshit. Like, you cannot tell me you can predict where those fucking bouncy balls go. You can't. It's just, like, you're up in the air, you're taking all these shots to the face, you feel like Riley Reid. It's just not that fun. And I think the worst thing, it's not even the balls, right? It's the amount of fucking enemies she spawns. Oh my god. Like, that first stage, you are just in a fucking bukkake scene of just slimes. It is so annoying to have all these motherfuckers just on your dick. It's like, why? There's no need. It does get better, I think, with the second phase. I think gliding around with her, like carefully weaving her attacks, it is better. I do like it more. But I just don't think the fight's that fun. I think it's really challenging out of nowhere. And especially with the health, like her health is like way higher than I think even like the walls was. Which, again, I don't know how I feel about that, man. I don't know how I feel about it. Design-wise, I like her design. Like, I think it is just King Slime, but pink. I do like the wings, though. I think the wings and the whole, like, changing phase, I think does give a whole, like, new element to it, which I really like. Other than that, spawning's easy. Like, just everyone goes down to the underground hollow to find a crystal. It's easy. The one thing I do really dislike is her drops. Like, she barely drops anything good. The one thing I'll give her is the slime mount. That mount I think is really underrated. I really like that mount. I think it's really good. But other than that, like, tell me this: have you in your life ever used the Crystal Assassin armor unironically? Don't answer that, because I know the answer. It's fucking no. No one has used that armor in the history of, like, ever. It basically doesn't exist. And then on top of that, the hook is whatever, like, it's fine. And then the glitter bombs, they're okay, I guess. That's the one thing my biggest issue with her. It's a really tough fight, especially from where you are in the progression, and you get really jack shit from it. So in saying that, do I give her a C? I might give her a C, you know. Yeah, fuck it, we'll give her a C. I think she deserves to be the first C tier. Now, we got the mechanical fucking trio, starting first with the twins. Now, I got a bone to pick with all these motherfuckers, and I'll get to why I don't really like the mechanical bosses later on, but I will say the twins, I think, are the best fight. I think they're the most fun to fight. I think they do enough shit different from the Eye to where it doesn't just feel like you're fighting the Eye again. It's very similar, and we'll get to that, but they do enough shit to keep you on your toes, keep the fight interesting. Design-wise, it's just the Eye. I like them switching to, like, the fucking robot shit. I think that's cool, but it is just the Eye again. Drops-wise, it's just hallowed. Like, Souls of Sight, they get some good stuff, like the optic stuff, I think is okay if you're a summoner at that stage. The minecart in expert mode is whatever, like, who gives a fuck about the minecart? It's just hallowed bars, essentially, which is good, and it does help you out a lot, especially with weapons, but it's not gonna be, like, that crazy unique. But the one thing I will say, and we'll get to that, I think there's more of the later bosses, the one thing I hate about the mechanical bosses, it's that they are just the same fight as their fucking pre-hard mode versions, with just more health. And we'll get to that later. But I think with the twins alone, I think B tier. I'll go B tier because they are, I think, the best. They do have the most fun fighting them. They are, I think, the most challenging as well. I'll go B tier for the twins. Now, we move on to the biggest piece of shit in the game, the Destroyer. Now, I'm just going to come out and say it, F tier. The Destroyer is my least favorite boss in this game. There's a couple reasons why. Number one, well, design-wise, it's okay, but it is just the fucking eater, but silver and big. That's it. I like how big he is. Pause. I like how like powerful he feels, but that's the only thing I like about him. The fight is simultaneously like the easiest fight in pre-hard mode and the most annoying, because if you don't manage to cheese him within the first 30 seconds of him existing, you will be in for the most annoying fucking 10 minutes of your life. Because you'll just be fucking swarmed with just every single fucking drone on the planet. Like, you will have no time to rest. You will just be in the middle of a drone fucking bukkake. It's not even bullet hell. It's just getting shit thrown at you with nothing else to do. It's shit. And the worm does nothing. He just fucking drills around doing nothing. It's just the most boring ass fight. you've ever had in your life. And yeah, simultaneously, right? Simultaneously. I feel like a fucking crackhead right now. But even with how hard it is, he is the easiest boss to cheese in this game. You should not have one of your main bosses that is essential to the progression of this game, have a fucking 10-hour docu-series on him detailing every single way you can cheese him and beat him in half an hour. That's what I get. He is simultaneously the easiest boss to cheese and the hardest, most tedious fight in the game. There is no in between. And I fucking hate that. I hate that. I wish he just did some other shit. That's why I think Calamity does a great job at making the bosses, especially the mechanical bosses, do shit that differentiates them from like the base counterparts. I really appreciate that. It makes the fight a lot more interesting. Drops like Mega Shark is great. We love the Mega Shark here. I will never speak bad about the Mega Shark. But that's really all you use the Souls of Might for. Like, yes, you have shit like the Drags which uses them, but like, I wouldn't call that a Destroyer drop, would I? All in all, I just hate him. I think he's the worst boss in the game. Just nothing good about him. He's a cuck as well. I know that for a fact. No sex appeal. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I've seen some videos. I think Destroyer has a lot of sex appeal. So, but with that being said, F tier, get him the fuck out of here. Now we got Skeletron Prime. I think out of all the mechanical bosses, he is the most boring. I think he's the most boring. Because he just changes the least. When you really think about the fight, the only thing that really changes is he shoots lasers at you sometimes, and he has bombs. That's it. Everything else is the exact same as the base game fight, as the same Skeleton fight. Fuck, I'm getting a cold just talking about this dude. He's just really boring. Like, what do you think about it? What do his other two arms do? What does the Pedo Claw and the Saw even do aside from just hang there? It does nothing, exactly. Like, design-wise, he's okay. Like, again, he's just Skeletron with 4 arms. Like, that's not the most creative thing. Oh, goddamn, I'm dying talking about this dude. But, like, it's whatever. I think drops-wise, like, it's okay. Like, all the mechanical bosses, the drops are, like, the only, like, it's tough because you can make some really good shit with them, but they're not like his drops, I would say. Like, the flamethrower, would you call that a Skeletron drop? I don't think so. But yeah, I just have a tough time really, like, thinking about the drops in that way, if you catch my drift. But with Skeletron Prime, he's just so boring, man. He's just so mid. I don't like his face. He doesn't get any bitches. Like, it's just not a good look. So, but I don't hate him though. I don't hate him, do I? I'm feeling a C tier. I think C tier is where he belongs. Now, next up, we got #1 plant mommy herself, Plantera. Now, what do I think about Plantera? I feel like I'm like rendering an opinion on her as we speak. This is wild. I like her. I think she's a good fight. The one thing I will say about her, I think it's really annoying spawning her, especially when you make an arena around a bulb, you die in the first time, and then you have to fucking, like, spend, like, the next, like, 50 minutes leading her back to the arena you want to fight her in if you want to do it again. I think that's really dumb. I think it'd be a lot better. I get what they were trying to do with the whole, like, find a bulb thing. I wish if you, like, killed the first one, you could just craft something that you can spawn or whatever. I think it'd make life so much easier. Again, it could just be, like, my Calamity brain rot ass talking. But I like the fight. I think the first half can get a bit spammy with, like, all the bullet hell shit. I think the fawn ball she throws are ass, but again, it's not that hard to dodge, especially if you're, like, an open arena. That's the biggest thing with Plantera. If you don't make an arena to fight her in, it is so much harder, because trying to dodge, especially the balls that I mentioned, in, like, a fucking enclosed, like, area, it's annoying as shit. I appreciate, like, her phase, like, the second phase as well. I think it, like, ups the intensity a lot. Like, it's such fun, like, really, like, dodging her at, like, the last minute when you're low health and it's like, oh, fuck, she's about to hit me, but then, like, narrowly dodging it. You can have some great, like, moments from that. Design-wise, I think it's simple, but it's effective. It's just, like, a plant thing, but, you know, I like it. It looks good. Very attractive as well. fuck. The one thing I will say though, drops. I don't like her drops that much. I don't think she has that good of stuff. Like, of course, Temple Key is one thing, but like everything else, like the seed, like the leaf blower is okay, I guess. Like the pygmy staff is good. I think that's like the biggest thing that you can get from her. The axes, whatever. The Venus Magnum's okay, I guess, but like I think there's other things around that progression point for rangers anyway that might be better. Is that it? Then you get the flower power, which is like, again, it's just all her drops I've noticed are just kind of mid. Just kind of varying degrees of mid, which like it's like the one thing that I kind of like don't like about her. But I like the fight in whole. I think she's a good boss. And what do I put her at? I don't think she's an A. I don't think in like good conscience I could give her an A. I think I'll say a B. I spam the B tier a lot, but I think it's just like where most of these bosses land, because most of these bosses are good. Like, they're good bosses. That's one thing I'll say about Terraria. Most of their bosses are pretty good. Alright, moving on, we got Golem. Now, Golem is shit, but he's shit in a funny way. Like, I don't hate fighting Golem. He's just kind of lame and really easy for one of the like last bosses when you think about it. Like, he's the last mandatory boss you have before like Moonlord shit. And for that, he is really easy. I don't get it, man. I don't understand why they made him such a fucking pushover. It's funny. But I don't hate fighting him. It's whatever. The one thing I will say, like with Terraria, both the jungle bosses are really dependent on what arena you get. Because if you see me here, right? This arena is garbage. It is horrendous. And that makes it a lot harder. But if you get a really wide open arena, Golem is a fucking cakewalk, man. You should not be struggling with this dude. Which I don't like. I don't like how RNG based these bosses are. I think it would be a lot better if like every other like aspect of the temple was like RNG, but the temple room itself was like, you can't change it, it's like set. I think it'd be a lot better. But then, what do I know? I'm just a fucking loser. Design wise, I like the design. I think he looks cool. He looks very different, which I like. Drop wise, he has some good stuff, like Possessed Hatchet's okay. Golem Fist is an abomination to God, but we aren't going to talk about that. Sunstone's okay. The Beetle House is good. The Beetle House is very good. Sorry, I'm just dying over here. Yeah, but those like the main, and the Pickaxe Axe, that's a really good drop as well. But aside from that, like, he's just kind of okay. Like, I don't hate him. He's shit, but in like a cute way. Like, he's inoffensive. And because of that, I think I'll give him a C tier. I think C tier is where Golem belongs. And now we have my sweet prince, Duke Fishron. I'm gonna just cut to it. Duke Fishron, he's one of my favorite bosses in this game, man. I just love him. Like, I think everything about him is just amazing, man. Words can't describe the beauty of this thing, but I will try to. Firstly, design. I love the design, man. He's just so creative. Like a fucking dragon, shark, walrus, pig hybrid thing. Like, what type of goddamn drugs were these boys cooking when they created this dude? I just don't understand, but I love the design. The fight itself is really fun, like dodging all his shit. I think it's got a nice bit of variety to it. Just feels really fun, just weaving all his shit. I love the stage as well. It feels like really intense towards the end. I love how you spawn him, like finding just a random ass worm in the middle of nowhere, catching it, and then like going to fish with it, and then oh shit, this dude pulls up out of nowhere and just fucks you in the ass. Like, it's just really fun. As well, I just have a soft spot for like really fun optional bosses. I don't know why, but like really like cool, hard, challenging optional bosses. Just like they like scratch a little fucking itch in my brain. I feel like a heroin addict. It's great. And above that, his drops are hats off to you, sir. Like, again, he's one of those bosses that just gives something to everybody, and I love when bosses do that. I love when bosses are able to be like for a reason for everybody. Like, you got melee covered with the flare on, you got like magic covered with the raised by Typhoon, summoner, ranger. He's just got all like great shit. And not even mention like the wings and the mount. Like, oh my god, Duke Fishron, stop fucking playing with them, bro. God damn. But yeah, man, I just love this dude. where else to put him but S tier? Like, let's be fucking honest. Now, next up, we got my other favorite boss, the Empress of Light. Now, I could, you know, sit here and be just thirsty like everyone else seems to be with this fucking thing. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be on my best behavior and just talk about how good of a fight this is. Like, I love bullet hell bosses. I love them. I think it's really fun, and I think Empress is the most fun fight in the game, potentially. I just love how, like, varied and unique all her attacks are, and different from anything else in Terraria at all. I really enjoy the change of pace. What else? Design, I think, is great. I think she looks very, very, like, interesting and hot, very hot. Sex appeal 10 out of 10. I love her drops as well. Her drops, oh my god. Same with Duke. Like, her and Duke, they're going like fucking bar for bar with just the most insane drops. I will say they're a bit less good than Duke's. I will say that. But they're still great. Like Starlight, that sword, oh my god. That might be one of my favorite weapons in the game. I fucking love that thing so much. You know, all the other things, she has some really great, like the soaring scenery as well. Really good. I love that thing. Fuck, what else? I'm like having an aneurysm trying to think about all the shit she does. But like, she just has such a large amount of like just great drops, man, and I love that from a boss. And as well, like, can't forget about her in ranged form. Like, that's become such like a great challenge, like optional challenge if you want to like really like test yourself. And Terra Prisma, like what is then like the Terra Prisma? It's just a fucking great weapon. Like, I'm just sitting here glazing at this point. Like, what else is there to say? Empress of Light, S tier. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna get pushback for that. I think generally everyone can agree Empress of Light is just S tier. Like, if you disagree, you're just not good at Terraria. I'm sorry. It's just how it is. Now, next up, we got the Lunatic Cultist. Now, I feel like the Cultist gets like a bad rap from the community just because I think where he's placed in progression is like a really like... It's a really weird time progression because as soon as you kill him, you immediately have to kill the pillars and immediately kill Moonlord, and it's all a bit of a rush. And I think because of that, he gets shit on a lot. But I'll say this, I actually really like the Lunatic Cultist. I think he's a really, like, fun fight, you know? I know, I've said this before in the video, I just appreciate when bosses do a lot of cool shit, but don't make it feel overwhelming. The one thing I will say, though, is I fucking hate his goddamn, like, Shadow Clone Jutsu bullshit. I hate it. Like, that Phantasmal Dragon has no reason to be as, like, bulky as it is. It is just complete bullshit. But other than that, I really enjoy the fight. Design-wise, it is simple. It's just man in robe, but I like how different it feels because every other boss in the game is just like some horrific fucking monster. I like how, like, as change plays, you just get like a dude for once. I like that. Another thing that people like really shown him for is his drops. Like, being the only boss in the game to not have like an expert mode pouch, it's weird. I understand why, because like as soon as you kill him, basically all the rewards you need to get are from the pillars. But I wish he'd had like just something, man. Like, at least give him like some sort of other fucking loot to give you aside from the edge manipulator. Like, surely you can't do him that dirty. And those are the reasons why I wouldn't give him like S tier. Like, I think that's kind of crazy. But I know, man, I just have a soft spot for him. I just like fighting him. It feels fun. It feels like cool. So I'm gonna give him A tier. I know that might be a bit of a fucking hot take, but I'll stick to it. I'm gonna go A tier. Now, last but not least, it's the man himself. It's the Moonlord. Now, what do I feel about this dude? I think I like him. I do appreciate how, like, fucking intense of, like, a whole, like, situation he's in, if that makes sense. I appreciate, like, the build-up to fighting him is weird. Like, you have to fight the fucking pillars, and all the while doing it, you're just getting, like, fucking texted in the bottom, like, hey, you're gonna fucking die soon, bro. You're gonna get fucked up. I like that. I think it like really like sets the tone for like, hey, this guy don't fuck around. And I appreciate how different he feels, like how fucking massive he is and how he just flies around killing you with laser beams. That's pretty dope. The fight itself, I like it. It can get a bit fucking spammy and bullet helly sometimes just with all the lasers. I think the death, like those fucking little eyes that shoot the lasers are so annoying, as well as that I do not understand why he just sucks you dry. That, I never liked that. Like, that is, like, the worst, like, thing about him, is the fact that he just drains your life. That is so bullshit. and it really like fucks you over if you're like a melee character, because you just get fucked from it. Like you can't escape that. Which I'm like, design wise, I think he looks sick. I think he's like one of the best designed bosses. I get like, I know there's like the whole lore about him. I'm gonna be real, I don't even really understand half the lore. I'd have to like read it again. I know some of it, like, oh, he's missing all these parts because he got fucking nay-nayed by the dryads or some shit, I don't know. But I just like his design. I think it looks really sick. I know it's like basically just Cthulhu, but he just looks sick, man. What can I say? And then drops, like, he's got some fucking incredible drops. The one issue with it is that, yeah, like, you're not gonna be able to use him because you're done the game after you've killed him. But like, I really like all of his drops. I think they're really unique and cool. The one thing I will say though, not as much. I was gonna say there's not much for like all the classes, but there is. I'm bullshitting. Yeah, there's something for like, he might like preference like melee a bit more just because he has a more like Meow Man and the Star App and all that shit. But I appreciate like just the variety of stuff he's got. Like, I just appreciate how like big and like scary of a final boss he feels. Like, it feels important. But with that being said, where do I chuck him? Ooh, is he an S? Is he an S? I don't know. Like, he kind of does feel like an S almost, but like, I don't know if I can in good faith give him an S, because like, I don't have as much fun fighting him as I would like any of the other guys in S. Any of the other guys in S. But I think for like what he represents, maybe, you know what, fuck it, we'll put him in S, I don't care. Well, that's that. Thank you all for bearing with me as I yapped for fucking, what is it now? Nearly 50 minutes, goddamn. A couple things before we go. You will notice I didn't include any of the event bosses. That's because I may or may not be making a list similar to this, but with the events, so we'll probably include them in that one. Thank you for putting up with me for all this time. We might do some more videos like this in the future. You never know, you never know. But yeah, like, subscribe, give me money, dick.